Deeper. Yeah. If you survive and can see through the pain, it gets deeper. If you can shine through the guilt and the shame, it gets deeper. It only takes one moment to change. You might be hurting, but you still ain't helpless. And the revelation carries way more than the message. It's deeper. More to that lineup, it's the mind behind, son. Over your mind, you realize
you might be hurting, but you're not helpless. But you're not helpless. Leave it in the cut.
Help is on the way.
Yeah.
Peace is nice, please. It's like Chinese daggers on peas and rice. Righteous, you see my sight whenever I...
Yeah. What's up, everybody? What's up, Michigan? What's up, Detroit? Deeper than the cup. We back in the building. I'm the host. Myself is Mr. Halftime. My co-host is Smitty. What up? Hey, Smitty, what's up, man? What's up, man? We back in the saddle.
Back in the place to be.
We back, man.
Yeah,
we made it. We made it through the whole season, man.
It's been a whole lot going on, but we made it back here.
Oh, man.
And we are here to talk to our audience, and we're excited about this season 2. Season 2 is about to be about something that you don't probably want to deal with, but every person need to.
Oh, it gotta happen.
This whole season.
It gotta happen.
This season. What we talking about, man? This whole season is gonna be talking about the biggest enemy you will ever face.
The biggest enemy? Whoa. They say the young folks say that's my op. Oh, I'm my own op, man.
Your biggest enemy, y'all.
Oh, man.
Man, I'm glad to be back with you halftime. I know we've been seeing each other, but we ain't been in this capacity. And I'm excited to be back with you for season 2, man. We about to rock this thing out.
Let's rock it all the way out, man. Let's rock it out. I'm trying to ask you and everybody else, how y'all doing? Y'all good out there?
Doing well, man.
You good, Smitty?
You got it, man. Hey, it's only what you make it to be. Life is what you make it to be.
Man, we've had so much life happen, man. Woo.
Yeah, it's been some ups and some downs, but that's called life.
Roller coasters. We've been on some roller coasters, man.
But we made it back.
And we safe and sound. I'm checking you, your weight, your health, everything.
Yes, sir.
Look to be up to par. Your family look good.
Eating a little bit.
Eating a little bit. Yeah, I'm eating a lot of bit.
Yes,
a lot of bit.
Yeah, man. This season, man, is going to be so important for us and important for you as the audience as well. We want to make sure that you guys do respond to us. Hit us up on our Instagram page. Hit us up on YouTube. We want to have the interaction with you because we want to know some of the questions that you might have because with our wealth of experience through entrepreneurship, we want to use this show as a platform and as an influence to help you in any places or any moments that you might have issues with. And not that we have all the answers, but we have a lot of them. And those that we don't have, we do have mentors, amen, to get our help from. All right. So we're looking forward for the interaction this season. A lot more than we had last year. Although it was good, we want to always go up every season. Somebody say this season 2.
This season 2, baby.
This season 2. So we want to make sure season 2 is better than season 1.
Man, that's hot, man. And I just want to thank everybody, also just all of our followers, all of the viewers, man.
Yes,
big ups to y'all. Y'all the rock stars,
yes,
man.
Sir.
I'm your biggest fan.
Yes, sir.
Just for supporting, man. It's just you don't understand what it takes to really do it. On this level, man, it takes a strong sense of responsibility, believing in yourself, long, hard work responsibility, mental and physically. You got to just go hard. You got to keep going. I know 2 speeds, Smitty, fast and faster.
Fast and fast.
It'll fall away. It'll fall away. It'll fall away if you just keep going, right? It'll fall away. But man, look, let me ask you this, man. Look, I'm a fan. I'm a sports fanatic, right? I'm a sports fanatic, man. I just enjoy NBA, man. Did your team win? Oh yeah, we kind of got the same language.
We can talk about something else. Now. I don't talk about I don't deal with my own. No, my team didn't win. I'm not a Lakers fan, but I do like LeBron, and they didn't even make the playoffs. We had that problem on our team called Russell Westbrook. So we have a big issue. And
Russell Westbrook.
Since we talking about the, don't say that, man. He might reach out to you. Call you Skip Bayless, man. Don't you call that man out his name. Don't call him out his name. No, you know he's sensitive. No,
Yeah.
no, it's up.
Very
No,
sensitive.
but we had, as this season we're talking about the biggest enemy.
Yeah.
The biggest enemy for the Lakers was Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, he was.
So,
in fact, for
and
sure.
so my team did not win. We didn't
Man.
make it to the promised land. We didn't even get on the mountain top. We didn't get on the mountain level. We
Who your
stayed in the
team?
valley.
Who's your team, man?
The team I was rooting for, I'm not a fan of. I got to make this clear. I just like LeBron, so I was rooting for the Lakers.
Oh, Bill. That's my guy. I look, I'm a Laker fan by default. I share the same viewpoint as Smitty. I am not a Laker fan, but wherever old Bill go, that billionaire, that guy, him,
Hey.
yeah, old Bill, yeah, the GOAT. Yeah, I know y'all didn't like that, but old Bill, that's my guy. And but what we gonna do? We gonna make any adjustments?
Hey, you know what? Whatever they do, they gonna have to get Russell Westbrook on the team. It don't matter.
First
what
thing
they do.
first, he gotta go. First train smoking, man.
Kyrie, you
Put
available? Nah, y'all, that's just our introduction.
Oh man,
We wanted to make sure that we did get that out the way. That's something we've been thinking about all year long and over the season, heading into this new season. We wanted to get that off our chest. So since we get that off,
let's handle business.
Now we can get into business.
Let's
and talk
handle
about
business.
what the biggest enemy is,
man,
that you are facing this entrepreneurship walk.
The biggest enemy is so important that we asking this question. I'm so glad we starting off our season like this, meeting. But if I can pose a question to you, when like the biggest enemy we're talking about, the enemy is your opposer, someone that come against everything that you believe in.
That's right.
Everything that you want to do, it's like that. The enemy is a roadblock. It's something. It's a wedge in between. It's dilapidation of foundation. But for you, we're talking about business and entrepreneurship. The biggest enemy in you, like, when did you realize there was an enemy though?
The enemy is I'm glad you asked that question. The enemy, first off, I want to help us to understand that when we're talking about an enemy, oftentimes we want to look at someone that's standing in front of us, or someone that has put up a roadblock, or that has stopped, blocked, or impeded our progress to begin to walk in whatever it is that we want to do, whether it's entrepreneurship, whether it's relationship, whether it's, finding, your hobbies, or doing whatever it is that you want to do. And you find oftentimes ourselves thinking about an enemy being someone else. But if you really realize what's going on here, the biggest enemy that we have is ourself. And I like to call it the enemy inner me. So because it's something that you have to deal with you. It's you. Let's stop blaming other people.
Yeah.
It's you that didn't get up in the morning.
Episode 1.
It was you that didn't want to properly plan for success. It was you that procrastinated. It was you that stayed in a level of lack because you didn't want to put the effort in that was needed. It was you that didn't have the self-motivation. And so oftentimes we got to make sure that we deal with the first enemy in our lives. And that first enemy that we deal with is ourselves.
Absolutely.
And so the biggest enemy that I had and that I dealt with was, not being able to recognize that I was my own enemy.
Right. That's heavy right there. And that's crazy. If you could pause for a second, man, keep your thought. But that's that, man. Realizing that you are in your own way.
Yeah. You become your own stumbling block.
It takes discipline, if you will, right, Smitty?
Absolutely. Discipline comes heavy into place because what happens is you begin, once you realize and recognize that you are your own enemy, you take things that have been in your place and blocking you as your own doing.
Yeah.
And if you can't deal with stuff that you've put in place, the roadblocks that you set in place and the stumbling blocks that you put in place, then you'll always continue to try and blame somebody else for why you have not reached the level or touched the level of success that you're looking for. Yeah. Because when dealing with yourself, one of the hardest things to do is to tell yourself you're wrong.
Ooh, and accept it.
Yeah. Because you feel like you're always right. You feel like you're always giving yourself the best advice. You feel like you're always in the best place, mentally. Right. When in reality, some days, man, you be off and that takes you off your path of success, right?
Very true.
And so and the question that you asked me is the recognition piece of it. Man. You have to be able to recognize. And this is one of the things I always tell people when I talk to them. When we dealing with circumstances and situations coming up, if you can't accept correction from yourself, Who are you gonna separate correction from?
No one. Nobody.
If you can't look at yourself and say, look, you can't sleep till 10 o'clock.
Right.
You can't sleep till 9 o'clock. You can't sleep until you fully rested. Sometimes you got to get up and get it done, whatever needs to be done, and you got to move yourself out the way.
Absolutely.
You got to eat properly.
Very
you got to exercise. You got to do these things. These are things that you can take care of.
Sure.
But we so busy trying to blame somebody else. Oh man, my mama didn't teach me this.
Woe is me.
My daddy didn't give me this.
Yeah.
Oh man, my friend, he hated on me. He took my idea. See, this is the things that we want to always look at as our enemy.
Right.
But the reality of it is the first enemy is you. And once you deal with you, you can begin to walk this life of success that you want, especially in entrepreneurship. It's on you.
And just the enemy, a lot of times society, us as being black males, in this country, the average person will say the enemy is who? The white man.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, and this halftime, I'm glad you said that, because this is what it makes me think about when people try and blame other people, whether it's the white man, whether it's a system, and we're not going to act like there's not a systemic system in place to oppress a certain sector of people. We're not going to try and act like it's not.
Exactly.
There is, but I'm not going to let that be the reason that hold me back, because if I do that, whoever has the ability to define your value because you haven't dealt with yourself, then gets to create your value. Because they define who you are and you accepting it. Oh, they're keeping me down, or they're not letting me progress. They're not letting me grow. But the reality of it is, when you allow them to define you in that manner, you also allow them to value you. So they put the value on who you can be, how high you can go, how well you can soar. And the reality of it is, when you accept that, now you're at a place where you're dealing with whatever comes to you instead of projecting what you want to see in your life.
Right. Wow, that's heavy. And a lot of times, I'm gonna be honest, a lot of times I've stumbled with that in the beginning stage, elementary stages of as a father and a husband and entrepreneur.
Absolutely, man. And I want to ask you halftime.
What's up, man?
I know you say a lot of times people see you at a level of success and they see you at a happy place and joyful. And we know that success has joy tied to it.
Yeah.
But success also has some things tied to it that people might not realize. Where you had a season of lack, or a season of without, or a season where you didn't have as much as you wanted. And I know some of our listening audiences are out there dealing with that situation when being an entrepreneurship, because it comes along with it. But what is it that you would say is the moments or things that you've done, since we're dealing with ourselves, that caused you to lack? Not what nobody else did. What did you do, or what did you run into and have situations where lack became a part of your life because of your decision making or things that you've done?
Wow, that's an excellent question too. And I have, man, to be honest, it's like 3 pieces to it. It's like a 3-step process that has to be implemented in your daily like motivation, your daily aspirations, things that you do, your pep talks, your self-motivation.
Yeah.
I'm a highly motivated individual, but it doesn't mean that I don't go through stuff.
Right.
It doesn't mean that I don't face the enemy every day.
Right.
The enemy never quits. Hey, Smitty, he never quit.
You're right.
That's why my mind is fast and faster, because the enemy is fast and faster.
That's right.
If you slow down and push pause, then the enemy gonna keep running.
That's right.
Then when you let him keep running, then you give him ample time to set barriers and blocks.
Yeah.
So my first one is procrastination.
Yeah. Talk about it then.
That procrastination, man, has always been my enemy.
Yeah.
And if my wife was in here, boo, Angel, I love you, but my mama, she's my boss, my mother, she keep me in line. Sometimes I hate to hear the truth, but we've been together 25 years and she just know what to say. Okay. But she always tell me, don't procrastinate after like a serious conversation, a household, a life-changing decision that I need to make for my family. Procrastination will always be her first thing that she tell me. It's like, babe, we got to do this. We have to do this then. And this is the deadline. And so don't procrastinate.
Right.
Because procrastinations causes stumbling.
Yeah.
And procrastinations cause dilapidation.
So who did that? Who procrastinated?
Oh, I did. Yeah.
No, the individual.
The individual, the individual did that. The enemy did that. The enemy did that. It wasn't me. Listen, It wasn't me. Okay, it was the enemy in me. See, it's a battle, but I'm between the two.
That enemy, boy, go with it. Procrastination, hit it.
Listen, procrastination is an episode all by itself. If you ain't know, if you struggling, let me have a little men's entrepreneurial conference real quick for about 30 seconds. If you're a procrastinator, stop it today. You believe in yourself beyond measure. Love yourself. Find your inner peace. Find something that you like to do to make you smile, and don't delay the process. Okay, back to it.
Yeah, let's hit it. I
You know
love
what I'm
it, boy. I love it.
Procrastination, Smitty. I've lost business opportunities.
Wow.
Man, I almost lost my wife, my family.
Wow.
Procrastination.
Wow.
And it didn't have anything to do with money. It was, as a husband, you have to show up every day.
Yeah, that's right.
So if I can minister and preach this one, your contribution promotes your oh my God, your attributes. I just can't get it out because it's so heavy. I said, let me slow down. Your contribution promotes your attribution.
Oh my. Oh my.
If you contribute,
oh my. I love it.
If you take the time out just to breathe, breathe, dog, breathe, somebody, breathe, dog. breathe. Take a minute and breathe, and then calculate what's necessary for you.
Yeah.
Like, stop pushing. As Smitty said, as you said, Smitty, stop pushing that. Stop shifting that blame.
Yeah.
When you know good and well it's you.
Yeah.
And once you realize that, once you find your purpose, once you do that, I have a saying that I talk to all my students about. I motivate the students all the time. I said, your purpose will be made manifest when preparation and opportunity become acquainted.
Yeah, that's right.
When you put preparation and opportunity together, then your purpose will be made manifest, because you, at that moment, you realize who you are and what needs to get done.
That's right.
So procrastination, it's not even real at that point. Because failure, if I could go back to the first season, I forget what episode, the first season, we talked about failure, right?
Yep.
So failure doesn't exist.
Yeah.
It only exists when you allow it. So if I fail and I mess up, today is Monday. If I fail at something today, right, it's only a failure if I wake up Tuesday and I try again.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
So it don't exist. You have to you allow failure to exist. So when we talking about procrastination will hinder and halt you in certain areas of your life where you will not progress. And progression is not God. If you don't progress, that's not God. God wants you to progress. Constant elevation causes expansion.
That's right, man. You about to get me out my seat, man. I'm telling you, when you start talking about this procrastination piece, man. See, procrastination, a lot of times people don't realize also is that some people say, well, I'm getting it done, or it's coming to pass, or it's happening.
Right.
But there's a time frame in which the blessing has been commanded to come to you.
Yes.
But because you procrastinated, you missed what was coming down the pipe for you because you did. Your seasons are decided by who see you.
Ooh-wee.
Right.
Yes.
And so it's seasons that are decided in your life because you was at the wrong place at the wrong time when you should have been somewhere else. And because you procrastinated to get there, you didn't make it to the place where God designed for you to be. And so now you're living in a season of lack or a season of not enough.
Wow.
When you're supposed to be living in overflow, but because you procrastinated on getting where you're supposed to be, you had to deal with, or you had to settle for the season of lack when abundance was available.
Yes, that's man. It's helping me, and because the enemy, again, is one of the points that I stated, Smitty, because the enemy never quits, and the Bible says that the enemy goes about as a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour.
Seeking.
He never rests. That's why God tells us, pray without ceasing, because when you do so, you destroy the foundation, you destroy the blueprint of whatever it is the enemy is trying to attack in your life.
That's right.
That's why you can't delay. You can't abort the process. You cannot procrastinate, and you gotta guard your focus.
That's right. And if you don't, see, the focus is a very critical piece. And I know I can go on focus when I'm talking about all day long. Focus will have you saying some things and putting you in places to help you to understand why you have not gotten what you're supposed to have.
Yes, sir.
But I've learned that focus creates blindness. Focus will create blindness. And I'll tell you what I mean. Because when you become so focused on the job at hand or
Yes.
what it is, the assignment that has been given to you,
Mm-hmm.
you as an individual can make the decision on whether you're going to look left or right. But when you become focused and zero in on opening up that business,
Yes.
or become zeroing in on finishing up your schooling,
Yeah.
or finishing up on whatever it
Yeah.
is that you're supposed to do for this season of success that
Yeah.
you're looking for,
Yeah.
you have to focus. But focus will cause you not to even pay attention to what somebody is saying you can't do,
Yes.
or paying attention to what somebody's saying that you can't
That's right.
have, because I'm focused, tunnel vision. I got blinders on the side, and all I'm doing is looking at my goal to success. And I don't care what you say to me, what you offer me, I have on blinders. Why? Because I'm focused.
And you can't stop me when I'm focused.
Focus.
I'm focused,
I'm
man.
focused. What do I need to do? If I need to add this to keep me on the level to success,
Yeah.
and you can put a blocker in the way if you want to, but I'm focused. I'm not looking at what's on that's
right.
in my way. I'm
Come on.
looking at what I'm going to, which
That's
is success.
right. That's right.
And success is imminent if you can just remain focused.
And you can remain focused. Not in layman terms. Your focus. Like, we focus on a lot of other things, Smitty. We waste a lot of valuable time and energy.
Yeah.
Focusing in and zero gapping in on things that does not benefit your future.
Yes.
We protect your house. You got an alarm on. I'm sure it has
Yes,
a
sir.
very. I know you got one of them good ones too. Right? Mine take me a minute. Yours, do yours through your phone. Okay.
Boy,
But we got a home.
Absolutely.
We got a fancy security alarm on our vehicles.
That's right.
We got all the tangible things that God don't even receive.
Yeah.
He don't even see. God say, man, look on the outward appearance, but God look at your heart.
That's
Those
right.
are the things that God wants you to guard and put your focus to.
That's right.
And when you don't guard your focus,
Yeah.
a lot of things fall by the wayside.
That's right.
Because you're not focused on really matters. What really matters. See, we always looking for the prize and a promise from without the person.
Yeah.
But God will show you that the prize and the purpose and the blessing and the treasure is already deep embedded inside of you. He before knew us. He predestinated us before the foundations of this world.
That's right.
And so when you realize the value of who you really are to society and your community, it really gets you to a point where I don't care about nobody.
It invigorates you.
It's like I can't lose.
Absolutely. Well, the thing is when you begin to understand, like you begin to talk about that treasure that you have down on the inside of you, and y'all gonna make me go to church if you ain't careful.
Take us home.
Because that treasure that we have in earthen vessels, it's the Holy Ghost that leads and guides me in all my directions and which way to go, right?
Yes.
And so, but I have to be careful to guard my mind when you start talking about guarding things, because your mind is the battleground for territory, right? So whoever has your mind can direct you. Whoever has your mind can push you. Whoever has your mind can give you and offer you things that you're not prepared for if you're not focused. So you got to stay focused in your mind, stay focused in your heart, stay focused in your endeavors, and stay on the track to make sure that success meets up with you, because it's already been predestined before you were ever born. Listen, I'm telling you, if you don't understand, you were made to be successful. The God who made us to walk in success, abundance, overflow, and more than enough. And when we live any way other than that, then we're living beneath our privileges, because we did not guard the fact that our mind, our focus, and our energy should be moving towards what God has told us to do. And if we do what he told us to do, success is imminent.
Yes, man. And I agree with you on that, man.
And we just gotta stay focused.
Wow, I'm in church. I started playing. I don't know if y'all saw me. I'm playing my invisible organ over here. Time for benediction. The altar call coming up. Somebody some hands laid on things. Yeah.
Man, you is crazy, man.
Listen,
but this is the truth.
This is good. And right now, we're gonna take a break. I think we need a break. I think we deserve a break right now. Let's talk to our sponsors. Let's let the sponsors speak to us for a minute, and we'll be back. We'll be back in a few.
Halftime, man. Have you
What's
ever
up?
known somebody to need some help with property management?
I do, actually.
Man, I'm telling you, we have a company here in Michigan. I'm telling you, that is able to help anybody that has real estate across this city or
Wow.
across this state. They're willing to help you. I don't care if it's a single family home, a manufacturing home, a duplex. They have multi-family homes that they can help you to procure. You know, you're not able to always know how to do everything you need to get done.
Right.
But this company is able to help you. It's called Inner City Property Management. They're dedicated to providing their clients with professional assistance by employing industry processes to meet the substantial demands of property management. Listen, they're 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Inner City Property Management will provide the financial security you are seeking by several ways. I'm telling y'all want to get it. It reduces expenses, increase income by reducing maintenance, property acquisition assistance. They're able to create long-term stability, experience with Section 8. I'm telling you, they're unparalleled in their service. Inner City Property Management understands the likes of other investments. Real estate should be managed in order to yield the highest possible return. To learn more or to discuss this property management needs and goals, call them at 313-868-4479. The number again is 313-868-4479. Inner City Property Management for your needs.
That's helpful right there.
We are back here.
Yeah.
Deeper than a cut. We had to pay a little bit of bills there. You know, we had to pay our sponsors off and help them to understand that we support them in their endeavors and what they're doing. But we're talking about a very important subject here today, talking about the biggest enemy that you will face in your life, not just in business, but in your life, because you want to have a balance. You want to have your life together, you want to have your business together, and you want to have your spiritual life together. Amen.
Yes.
So I know I said amen. I'm a preacher, y'all. I can't help
who you are.
I just amen just come out. Somebody say amen.
Amen.
Say amen again.
Amen.
No, but we're talking about we left off talking about lack and not being able to have enough and living beneath our privileges from what the original manufacturer and God made us to be. He made us to live above only and never beneath, right? So there are things that come along with that, though, that cause you to live in lack. And halftime, we've talked over these 20 plus years of being together in business, that sometimes there are critical things that we deal with, and this is still dealing with the biggest enemy, us, the individual, yourself. Stop blaming others. It's you. Somebody turn yourself and say, it's me.
It's me.
It's me who I need to check. It's me who I need to put in place. And so when dealing with yourself, there are things that you have control over. And the biggest thing that you have control over is your decision making. When you get to make decisions on things that are going to happen, on things that you're going to participate in, or things that you're going to, involve yourself in, what does that participation or that decision-making process look like as it relates to, it possibly being an enemy to you, right? Because of something you did.
Yeah. So that decision-making for me is a 3-step process for me, just for me. Maybe it looks different in the scope of someone else's life, but for me, man, that decision-making is so huge, simply because I'm a whole husband.
Yeah.
Not partial, I don't believe in 50-50 make a relationship strong. I believe in 100-100.
That's it.
We both got to give 100.
That's it.
She may lack some days, and I might lack some days, but because she giving 100, I don't fall at all.
Yeah.
And because I give 100, and when she fall, I got her covered. But so that decision making, man, they're in my mind.
Yeah.
When I'm making decisions, like if it's just me, Smitty, for the entrepreneur, single entrepreneur, maybe you have a significant other, maybe you're not married, maybe you don't have anyone at all, you're just dating. That entrepreneur decision making is different.
That's right.
Than the decision making for a whole husband and a whole father.
That's right.
So I speak to both sides. If I can speak to both sides. If you're a single man and you're an entrepreneur, your decisions are based upon solely what you need. And that decision has to be, there's still foundation that need to be laid, Smitty.
Yeah.
There's still foundation that need to be laid, because I'm sure every male aspire to become married, have kids.
That's
and
right.
That's the life.
Right.
But starting off as an entrepreneur, man, if you're single, you have to make sound, calculated decisions.
Yeah. It's critical.
You know, even if it is just me.
That's right.
In order to be successful, that does not happen by flying off the seat of your pants.
Yeah.
You have to take necessary risks, yes, but at the same time, you have choices and decisions.
Yeah.
A lot of people get them misconstrued. They misinterpret with that. These are two different subjects that we
talk to us.
Choices and decisions.
Yeah.
They are totally different.
Yeah.
You have a choice on the category.
Yeah.
But then because of the category, I have to make a decision and choose which way I'm going.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's what fall in the way. That's what dilapidate. That's the foundation that fall, because sometimes we're fished from the wrong pond.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're fishing from the wrong pond when it's time to make life-changing decisions for an entrepreneur. Like for me as a husband and a father, my decisions have to be so sound because I'm carrying that many dependents.
That's right.
I'm carrying that many weight. For a single man, he have opportunity to make some mistakes and recap and regain himself and restabilize himself from some of those immature decision making. But when you have responsibility and you're an entrepreneur, you're a husband and you're a father, and then you're a grandfather, and then you're a minister, and you got responsibility to the community. You're a leader, you're a teacher, you're an entrepreneur. You wear a lot of different hats.
Talking about somebody I know.
Oh man, I'm saying, I think I said it. I just didn't say his name, but I'm just
halftime.
All right, there you go. All right, that part. Okay. But when you wear that many hats, Smitty, the decision have to be sound, because at any given moment, all it takes is to make the wrong decision in one 24-hour day, and it's going to take the rest of your life to regain yourself.
Oh my.
That domino, it's going to happen like a snowball effect. It's going to roll downhill, and the ball gets bigger and bigger. And when it finally comes to a halt, anything that was at the bottom of that hill is destroyed. So the foundation of my family is always in my mind when I'm making my decisions.
Yes, sir.
My decisions have to be solid. And because I am a whole husband and a whole father and a grandfather, I have to communicate.
Yeah.
I should have added that one in, but it's still connected to decision.
That's right.
Because before I make a decision, it's imperative that I speak and conduct and have counsel with my wife.
That's right. That's right.
Because she's a part of this thing.
Yeah.
Not only to communicate, but sometimes I don't see everything.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I'm saying? So I gotta communicate
blind
that
spots.
to her.
Everybody got blind spots.
If you marry, okay, y'all I like to do men's conference. Okay, husband and fathers and entrepreneur conferences, right quick for 30 seconds. If you married and you got a wife and you got a family, man, you better talk to that lady.
Yeah.
You cannot make decisions in business being married to a woman that have sacrificed everything to deal with you.
Yes.
You have to communicate with her before you make that decision, man. Don't be making decisions and then she find out third party from Facebook or something, from a tweet or Instagram post, or Snapchat. She find out just like everybody else find out. That is not fair. And you know why I can say that, Smitty?
Why you can say it? I know why you can say it.
Because I did that before.
Oh my.
That didn't work out too well. I slept on the couch for about a week and a half. That's a cold night. And she didn't throw me a blanket. She gave me a sheet. That couch pillow ain't like that.
Hey, y'all need to get this. I'm telling you, there's two ways to learn. You can learn from experience, or you can learn from a mentor. You might as well get it from the mentor, because you can learn in 20 minutes what it took him 20 years to learn. So if you can get it in 20 minutes, you better pick this up.
Get it.
Don't walk over sound counsel and sound advice.
Man.
You will make sure that you get what you're supposed to have, so you don't have to walk in these same steps. I'm telling you. Don't walk over sound advice.
Oh, y'all
don't have to get that sheet on the couch.
Oh, that sheet. That sheet, you for shivering through the whole night, man. You just laying on the couch. It's like, man, you go in the room, you hope she woke so you can ask for forgiveness, but she's sound asleep. That's a long way back to the couch, brother, with your sheet. I'm trying to tell you. Man, sound decisions.
This is funny. I promise you, I'm laughing, but this is a serious thing. If you can learn it now, get it now, so you don't have to worry about it later. I think I'm appreciative of Halftime and his gifts of being joyful while at the same time telling the truth. because the decision making that you make is so critical.
Man.
It's critical to your future. It's critical to your business. It's critical to, as he so profoundly put, to your relationships, to your children. I mean, every area of your life is critical in your decision making. Even God holds you responsible for decision making. There are certain things that, you know, even though temptation may come, you have a critical decision to make, whether to indulge or to remain sober, right?
Sure.
And so, and whatever you choose to do, there's an outcome to that decision,
That's right.
And so, if you indulge in your 1738 too much, you hitting. I'm just saying, we talking about decision making. When you start talking about making decisions, your result or the law that comes from that, is you can be bent over drunk, or you can have an accident, or you can have these fees that are tied to DUIs. And so there are decisions that you have to make that are critical to your future.
That's right.
So you can start in one place at a decision spot, but it's literally speaking to your future. And if you don't make the right decisions, it could be the difference between living in what you want and living in what you have the result of your decisions.
Right. That's right.
So, and I got to say this part too here is we got to be careful that if you start looking at the issues that you have in your life and the problems that exist, if you really think about this whole thing, wisdom is the most important piece to it, because wisdom is the ability to choose between two things. You have a decision before you.
That's right.
Wisdom is what you do to make a decision on which way to go.
That's right.
You have to use wisdom.
That's right.
And so if you have problems that exist in great multitude in your life, you got to go back and look at your wisdom place, because wisdom, literally every problem that you have in your life is a lack of wisdom in the area.
That's right.
And so if you have not gained this wisdom through experience or through being taught or through being shown, you have to take the advice when it's there. And that's why I laugh, but at the same time, there's so much truth in what Halftime is saying, and he's giving you wisdom on a certain circumstance. So if you don't take the wisdom, then you qualify for problems to exist, because I've already been down that road. You ever heard your parents say, I'm trying to keep you from going down this road.
That same road.
You know, and so when you're in business, you want to make sure that you have a mentor, somebody that you can look up to, somebody that you can bounce certain questions off of, because mentors help decide seasons as well, because they help you to realize what you should, could, and you able to do. Those are three different things. You're able to do whatever you want to do.
That's right.
You can do this, but you should do this. This is what's going to be beneficial to you. Now, I gave you my advice on it. Now you get to make a decision.
That's right. Be advised.
So everything always comes back to a decision. Every person that asks me to be a mentor, I do not force. I do not tell you what you have to do. What I do is I give you suggestions. I give you sound counsel. And then I put you in a position to make a sound decision. But I do not force you to make the decision that I think is best, because at the end of the day, the decision is up to you.
So basically what you're saying is eat the meat and spit the bones out.
Hey, sometimes you hear some stuff, because wisdom don't always mean just because you older, you got wisdom.
Come on now.
That ain't true.
That's why I brought it up.
That's not true. Sometimes you ever heard of a young fool? He become an old fool sometimes. And I ain't talking about old people, because I respect my elders and I love my elders.
Yeah, I know exactly.
I respect what they've been through and what they've experienced.
Absolutely.
But sometimes a young fool did not mature, he did not grow, and he stayed a young person, but his age began to grow.
That's not good.
And what you did is became an older, folly, lack of thinking person, and you pass it off as wisdom, but it's really just some of the things that you heard as cliches, and cliches ain't gonna help you. Cliches ain't gonna move you. You're gonna have to walk in some level of decision making and using critical thinking while making those decisions.
And he's so right. And this is my life, man. Smitty, this is our life. We're not taking this off a page of somebody's manuscript.
Yeah.
You know, this is what we live every day.
Every day.
And if I can be honest, just last night, less than 24 hours ago, I had my son, 17, Zaire. He's 17 years old. And I was sitting him down. I was talking to him about his decision making as a young man.
Yeah.
You know, Smitty, this world is different.
Chew you up and spit you out.
You remember when you were 17 years old?
Yes, I do.
You remember the foundation that was laid?
Absolutely.
Don't you praise God every day?
I still use them to this day.
I still use them.
To this day.
Right now. I'm sitting here talking. I'm still using them.
Thank you, Grandma.
Thank you, Granny.
I know you're long gone, but
thank you, my
I thank you for the wisdom and the people that were set in place, and my cousins and aunties and uncles. I just thank God for the ground that was laid, because as you said, you talking with your son last night, if he don't have these moments, he won't have it, because the world ain't gonna teach you this.
Yeah, they're gonna in his the how we choose and make decisions on who we are friends with, who we align and partner ourselves with as comrades.
Yeah.
You know, boys, cronies, my granddad's cronies. Y'all remember that?
My road dog.
My road dog.
My mans and them.
My mans and them. You know, like we back in the day, making the decision just on the friends who we chose to partner ourselves with and call friends. My mother and my father, they made sure that they knew who their parents were.
That's right.
The life they lived.
Yeah.
Because they're a product of their environment.
Yeah.
So if you're going to be friends with my son, I need to meet your mama and your dad. And he definitely can't spend a night. He definitely can't spend a night. Don't even ask to spend a night. That's the decision we're talking about from an adolescent.
Absolutely.
An age of a 13-year-old young teen, thinking he going through puberty, think he know everything and all of that stuff, the decision making. But then here is Smitty, the adult male.
Yeah.
Married, been through life, been through everything, man.
Yeah.
Ups and downs, roller coasters. The flips, the turn, up the hills and the highs and lows.
Yeah.
And here we are, man, still making sound decisions based on that upbringing. And so I was telling my son last night, like, you raised different. I get it, but don't let being different deter you from growing, because being unique is a valuable asset.
Absolutely.
Especially in the times that we living in right now.
Yeah.
These kids being raised any kind of way. They're raising themselves.
Yeah.
But me, I'm called strict or I'm mean.
Right.
Because they don't understand, because their parents don't operate on that old school principle.
Yeah. That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
You
have to govern your kids. You
That's
have to govern your responsibility and make sure that I'm an in your face type of parent.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm on your YouTube.
Yes.
I'm on your Instagram. I don't lock your phone, because anytime I walk past and pick it up, I want to get in it.
Yeah.
I need to get in it to see what you're doing.
That's
because
right.
we didn't have access to everything that our kids have access to now. You know what I'm saying?
Whew.
Social media is the devil.
Man.
Can be. It can be used for a lot of greatness.
Yeah.
Right. For benefiting your success or whatever you're trying to attain or achieve. But at the same time, it can be just as bad if you don't use it right, properly. So as an entrepreneur, man, my decision making, man, I just literally, I make sure my focus is there. I make sure I don't procrastinate, and I make sure that I make sound decisions. One, in fact, and I tell my wife this, babe, even if I don't take your advice, even if you say something that I already knew, I'm still gonna run it through you. Just like a foolproof system to where, okay, we on the same page.
Absolutely.
That decision making. And because of that, I was able to attain certain business opportunities with different entrepreneurs because of sound decisions, choosing and then making a decision on that choice.
Yes, sir. That makes the difference. I'm telling you, decision making is probably one of the more critical pieces of entrepreneurship.
Mm-hmm.
When you make sound decisions or you make irradical decisions, you literally pay the price immediately. Because if you make decisions that are not going to be beneficial to you, you don't have a check, so to speak. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I have my company set up where I pay myself a check and things like that. Yeah. But if the money not coming into the business because of a decision that I made, and I'm not talking about taking risk, calculated risk. I'm talking about, being erratic in my spending or not being taking care of the business that need to be paying bills and taking care of what need to be taken care of. If I don't do what needs to be done and there's no money coming back in, I begin to pay for that immediately, because you can't just cut a check if ain't no money in the bank?
Come on now.
So you have to make decisions every day trying to figure out, how am I going to make payroll? See, this stuff that you don't have to think about as an employee, but as an entrepreneur, if you have an employees, including yourself, you got to figure out, how's payroll going to get taken care of?
Right.
Because the one thing a person ain't trying to do is work and don't get paid. Right. So the critical decision making that you have to make, it does not just affect you. It has the possibility, like you said, with the family, it affects the wife and the kids and the grandkids. Well, in business, it affects not just you, it affects the business, how it looks. It affects your employees. It affects how the employees work, because if they ain't getting paid, they're looking at you sideways like, hey, payday is Thursday. Well, it's Saturday. And I still ain't got my money. It's a problem. So now you affecting how the employees are running the business, and it's a big circle effect that plays back on you because you made a bad decision.
That's excellent.
And so, because if you don't make these decisions, it's gonna show, and it's gonna have immediate effect on you, your business, your family, and anything that you touch. So, and I'm gonna go into this real quick. When you start talking about your, y'all, we do this, we do everything, y'all. We do family, we do faith, we do entrepreneurship, we do business. We touch every subject, because the reality of it is, you don't just when you deal with entrepreneurship, you're not just dealing with just business. There's things that you have to consider for your life, for your family. And so we're going to make sure that we hit all this. For women, for men, and for all alike, so that we can make sure that you understand that all this goes into being an entrepreneur. It's not just get up, go to work. But I'm bigger than a haircut.
That's right.
It's deeper than the cut, baby.
It's deeper than the cut. You better know it.
It's deeper than the cut, right? So when you start talking about your son, it reminded me on a decision that I had to make with my daughter. My daughter started working, and I've been teaching her about how to put money away for investments. How to put money away for savings, how to put money away to pay her tithes and her offering, and then how to have your spending money. Right.
That's
and
good.
So
Come on.
I put her in a position so that she can start understanding this at 13 years old. Right. So she can start getting it and understand it. And it's so sweet when they start getting it. Oh, it's invigorating. It makes you want to give them more just to see what they do with it. Right. And so this particular day, I took my daughter. She's been begging me to get her these shoes that, back in our day, halftime, they were the knockoff Air Force Ones, these dunks, these Nike dunks. She been begging me, right? But you can't find it. You can't get them online, whatever. And this is out of her free money. This is not out of her investment, savings, or tithes and offering money. So she has money that she can go and just buy what she want, right? And so she said she wanted to go and buy some dunks. I couldn't find them nowhere. We found a store. The store then had them, but they were $360.
Wow.
For a pair of shoes that you used to be able to get at the knockoff store back in the day. Like, these was the Nikes that nobody wore, the Nike Dunks.
Wow.
And so I'm looking at this and I said, this $360 for a pair of shoes that I know ain't nowhere near worth this, right?
Right.
But she had some money. She done had a 360. I had daddy was with her, so she had enough, right? She had what she needed. So they end up coming down to $300. And I said, is this what you want? I think she had about $250. And I said, is this what you want? Right. And in my mind, I said, I'm not letting her buy those shoes because it doesn't make sense. Right. The shoes retail $110. Y'all go with me. I'm going somewhere with this.
Stay with me.
And at $110, I'm saying to myself, why would I allow her to pay $300 for these shoes?
Right.
Right. And so she was like, but daddy, I want them. I want them. And, sometimes them girls know how to tenderize your heart as a father. Right. And so I'm going through it. I'm saying to myself, like, I'm not letting my daughter buy these shoes. But then in a moment, I said, you know what? She has worked. I told her, some of the things that you want, you'll be able to buy. I want her to know that if you work hard, which she did, and you procure the money and you got your other money in savings and right in place, then this is your play. This is money that you can play with, right?
That's right.
And so I had to check myself, right? But even in that, I still wanted her to know that you don't have to waste, your money just because you got it to spend, right?
Goodness.
And so in a moment, I said, I'm gonna let her buy the shoes. In a moment, I had to make a decision. And my decision was so that she can see that as bad as you want these shoes and as good as they'll look on your feet and the smile that you had on your face,
right?
One of these days, these shoes gonna get bent up.
Yep.
One of these days, these
right.
shoes ain't gonna look like you want them to look. But I still said, you know what? She worked hard for it. This is what she worked up for. This is what she
Right.
want. I'm
That's
gonna let her
right.
get it, right?
Right.
But in hindsight, you know, you're a little smarter than your kids. You're supposed to be.
Better be.
So I told her, but on the way home, she began to tell me about some of the things that she wanted. But on the way home, she began to tell me those same things that she wanted. And in a moment, I had an opportunity to teach about decision making. I said, "What is that you want?" And she read off about 5 things that she wanted. I said, "And what would you think the total of those 5 things would be if you wanted to go and get them?" And she said, "It'd be about $250." I said,
Wow.
$250 for those 5 things. I said, "You know, we just left the store and you spent $250 on one thing." I said, "You could have got 5 things for the same price that you paid for one thing." And she looked out the window as if she saw a ghost, like she was scared of me. And I began at that moment, started to realize that she started to understand her decision making at that time wasn't as important as she thought it was because she looked at them shoes on her feet.
Wow.
But so I asked her,
That's good.
I said, "Amber, what is it that you think would have been the best thing to do with that $250?
There you go. Boom.
In order for you to get what you want?"
Yes.
She said, "I think I could have spent this $250 a better way.
That's right.
And I could have been able to get some of the things that would have sustained me longer than these pair of shoes will." But that was the point that I was trying to get to. Y'all don't know how happy I felt because it's not about money for me. Because I don't mind spending the money on what you want, but I want you to make critical decisions at good times.
That's right.
So that you can understand. And now y'all should see her. I'm telling you, she pinching pennies every time. She like, "Daddy, I got this, but I'm only spending $3 on this." I got $60, but I'm only spending $3 in this store.
That's right.
And I'm saying to myself, I said, "Oh, where you get that from?" She said, "Because it's not that important.
That's right.
It's something that I could use or something I can have." But a moment in making a decision, she learned that I could have made a different decision that would have gave me a better outcome.
That's good.
And that blessed me. That goes along with this decision making that we had. And so right now we're gonna go ahead and pay some more bills with our sponsors. We have one more sponsor coming up, and we will be back with you in just a moment. Stay tuned as we are here on YouTube, Spotify, Amazon, YouTube. We want you guys to stay tuned with us. Stay tuned as we go to our sponsors.
What's up, Smitty, man?
What's going on? Halftime.
Man, nothing much, man. I just need to ask you a question. Did you know, do we have a retail manufacturing company right here in the city of Detroit?
Retail manufacturing? Doing what?
Retail clothes manufacturing, man, right here in the city of Detroit in the fashion district.
Here in the city?
On Livernois.
Oh my God.
In the city of Detroit.
Man, you mean to talk about that stuff that you go over to China and Pakistan trying to get them shirts and stuff for it? We can do it here?
Yeah, with no turnarounds, no language barriers, none of that.
No delivery fees?
No fees.
You can go pick it up.
No weeks, months waiting on your product.
Man, you got to tell me more about this
right
company.
Here it is. Complete Image Manufacturing is a full-service apparel manufacturing company located in the city of Detroit, man. Take a look at all the services they provide to bring you designs, bring all your designs to life and make them retail and store shelf ready, baby. They going crazy over there, man. They going crazy. And reason why I would love to do business with CIM, because I'm an entrepreneur as yourself.
Absolutely.
And a lot of times what's your experience on just recently purchasing apparel for your brand, for your company?
Absolutely. I mean, hey, if I had the opportunity to deal with somebody here in the city that is prompt, good business, and understands what the customer needs, and they're able to meet those needs, I'll be over there in a heartbeat. Matter of fact, I'm going over to CIM over there in the Fashion District. To see what's going on so that we can support here in the city and not have to travel outside the United States to get what we need.
Complete
it's here
Image Manufacturing, man. They're on Instagram, CIM Manufacturing, man. Hit them up, DM them, send them a message, like all their posts, look, just check them out,
It's
man. If
going
you're an
down.
entrepreneur and you're tired of them turnarounds, those delays, the language barriers, that turnaround time for me is like the biggest piece. 5 weeks turning into 12 weeks, and then here you are 3 months still don't have product. Right here in the city of Detroit, all of your problems are solved. They're answered. CIM, check them out, man. Check them out. What's up, everybody? And we are back, Smitty, man. We talking about, man, the whole day. We talking about the biggest enemy, man.
That enemy will be on the person that is listening to this broadcast.
The biggest enemy.
It's
man,
in you.
I'm gonna be honest with you. How do you fight the enemy? It's like for me, every day I get up, before I put my feet on the floor, Lord, I thank you. I'm waking me, give me another day, new mercies, new beginning, new day, new start. And when I start getting myself ready, I literally look at myself in the mirror and I point at the mirror and I talk to myself, because the scripture says your eyes are the light of your soul. And so in order for me to make these sound decisions and defeat the enemy, I gotta take the day. I can't let the day happen. It's that zeal. I got to have that right fire. You go to a fight and you on 1 and your opposer, your op on 10, you're gonna lose that fight. He gonna hit you with one of the Mike Tysons, and it's over in 30 seconds. You thought you was ready. You talking and woofing, but he was preparing the whole time. You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You must listen. You got, in order to defeat the enemy, all entrepreneurs, all fathers, all men and women, in order to defeat the enemy, you're gonna have to keep your zeal, the zeal of God. You got to make sure that you understand who He is. You have to have a certain energy. You have to have a certain confidence. You have to have a certain motivation. You got to have that inner peace. You got to know who you are, and you got to be about that every single day, because you're the entrepreneur. You are your own accountant. You're your own tax agent. You're your own pastor. Sometimes you're your own motivational speaker. You are your own life coach, and the laundry list goes on and on. So if I know the enemy is in me, that means I gotta fight myself every day. I can't take no days off, Smitty.
Man, Paul says I have to beat myself under subjection. There are things that are going on inside of you mentally, physically. There are things that you're dealing with that is causing you to have the attitude that you have. But the attitude is restricting you from the place that God designed for you to go.
My God.
And so the reality of it is you're responsible for getting yourself in line. Say, I got to get myself in line. So you got to line up. It's called a wheel alignment. See, we put wheel alignments on our cars, and we take our cars to Bell Tire, and we take our car to our local mechanic, or we take them back to the dealership and get a wheel alignment, because the wheel is off, and every time you begin to drive, you feel a pull to the left or a pull to the right. You're being distracted and unfocused. Come on, somebody follow me here.
I'm with you.
So the wheel alignment that you get on your car is the same wheel alignment that you need in your life, because you need to line your wheel back up with the way of success, because you're getting off and you're getting distracted looking to the left and to the right. So the wheel alignment for your car is just as important as the wheel, WILL, alignment for your life.
That's good right there.
You got to line it back up. Every day you got to speak to yourself, and you got to tell yourself, I don't care what the devil has said and what he has declared and what he wants to speak to me. We can't get up like, good Lord, this morning, like my pastor say. We got to get up and say, good morning, Lord, because we got to create a daily routine of affirmations to ourselves and getting up in our prayer daily lifestyle. And you got to make sure, my ride to work, I'm telling you, I ride about an hour to work. That's my meditation time. I take time and I talk to the Lord, and I just meditate on what you want me to speak today, what you want me to do today. You got to have something. You can't just let the day take precedence and just happen.
I'm taking my day.
That's right. You take your day.
Mine.
And I take control over it. And that creates the zeal and the will and the process to want to go and keep going.
Do just keep, but do that make the problem go away?
Listen to me. What we have to understand is the problem does not necessarily go away, but you have to make sure that you line up the proper way of going through the process to eliminate the problem.
Got you.
Problems don't just leave. It's a
That's
process
right.
to it. And because you, like you said, the devil ain't gonna stop.
He never
The
stops.
enemy ain't gonna stop.
Never.
You ain't gonna stop beating yourself up unless
That's
you
right.
understand how the detriment is doing to
Come
you.
on.
But once you understand that zeal that you need to come out of you will persevere and help you to get through and knock through whatever the enemy has spoken into your ear. Because sometimes he'll speak to you in your ear and make you think that what he's saying is true.
That's right.
And that zeal that you need to continue to go and to continue to have that fortitude to just keep moving forward. But what you got to understand, the zeal alone is not enough. See, if you have zeal without the proper respect for the process, then you can schedule a tragedy in your life because the zeal alone is not reverence to the process that it takes to eliminate the problem.
Come on now.
You gotta walk this process. Walk this process, and this process will walk with you. I'm telling you, you have the ability to come out of that. What you got to do is you got to tell yourself, I'm getting up. And we're gonna be successful. I'm going to put things in proper alignment in place for us to walk this level of success down. It's not too far from me. It's not out of my reach. All I have to do is become committed, stay focused, make sound decisions, and understand that everything that belongs to me will attract itself to me, and I'll be in alignment because I will remain focused when I align myself and my wheels line up with the will of God for my life.
Man, that's offering time, offering altar call. Man. But I can definitely agree with you, Smitty. Everything that you said, that's that proper alignment it's a key element, because you can align, as we said before, you can align yourself with the wrong people, wrong person.
That's right.
And cause yourself to stumble, and it'll knock your zeal off. Because the scripture also says that all it takes is a little leaven to leaven the whole up.
That's
evil communication it corrupts good manners. And so when you align or partner yourself with the wrong company, maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, maybe not next week, or maybe next month, maybe next year, but eventually you will leaven if the whole lump.
That's right.
You will leaven everything, you will sever everything that you work so hard to attain, because you are aligned with the wrong person. You know, when you driving your car, if your alignment is off, if you let the steering wheel go, what normally happens? You derail. You gonna hit that wall or car oncoming traffic or something. And so God wants us to be properly aligned. The only way we can do that is that we govern ourselves. As you said in Romans 7, you talked about Paul. Paul said, I have to meditate daily. I have to crucify my flesh.
That's right.
Every single day.
That's right.
Because the enemy is fighting me every single day. It's a war going on, but I gotta fight. And it's a warring against the law of my minds, that when I think to do good, evil is always present. So if he in our thoughts, he's in your thoughts. You have to be conscious and understand who the enemy is. You know what I'm saying? You gotta, and the only way you can do that is with that zeal. You got to keep that zeal, that fire, so that you can hear what the Spirit is saying into the church. The only way you can do that, you got to pray and meditate every single day, every single night, and properly align with other people that are on the same journey. Man. It's a company we keep. Keep that zeal. Align yourself with people that's going down the same path. You're looking for friendship in the wrong places. That's going to knock your zeal off. It's going to knock your zeal off and knock you now because this is character building. God wants you to bring forth that righteous character and that good spiritual personality. When you going out in the public and you're meeting new people and you're talking to people, your light should shine.
That's right.
And when your light is shining, it only means that you have governed yourself to the will of God. When you govern yourself to the will of God, he's going to open up doors that you don't even know that's coming. There's bridges you need to cross, but you can't get to the bridge until you come on, man. I mean, this is.
Somebody say cross the bridge.
Cross the bridge, man. Cross the bridge, man.
Y'all, we need y'all to stay locked in and tapped in with us. I'm telling y'all, Deeper Than the Cut this season 2 is about to be absolutely phenomenal. We're gonna deal with all of the issues that go along with us. And things that we need to deal with, because I don't want you to let yourself be your biggest enemy and allow yourself to stay where you're at. Stuck in stagnated water stink. And we don't want to stink. We don't want to be stuck, and we don't want to be stagnated. So stay tapped in with us on YouTube at Deeper Than the Cut podcast. We want you to go to our dog. We want you to go to our Amazon.
Yes.
You can put in Deeper in the Cut podcast. Go to all of the social media platforms. We're available on Apple. We even have our own website. Go to deeperinthecut.com. We're available here. If you want to be a guest on our show, we have that available. If you go to our website, deeperinthecut.com, all those options are available. Stay tapped in with us, y'all. Comment. I'm telling you, we need y'all feedback. And if you feed us, we promise to feed you.
That's right.
You might be hurting,
but you're not broken.
You're not helpless. You're not broken, and you're not left alone.
Oh, it's deeper than the cut. Woohoo! We back.
Season 2, baby.
Season 2.